Man, listen, y'all know what it is, man. Who you got? Granddad Podcast.
Yes, sir.
You know who I am, man. Big Miyagi Vice.
Yes, sir. Talk your shit, man.
Man, I mean, but who you be though, man? You know what I'm saying? I know they see the logo and all that. They see the logo. I mean, you know, hey,
I ain't gonna let this nigga ride.
We in the beginning. We just in the beginning, y'all.
No.
See the title.
I'm not gonna let him get away with that. This is my brother right here. Let me tell you something real quick. The boss certified shit is bubbling. Everything this nigga is doing is bubbling. The graphic design, the music, the podcasts, everything.
Trying to do big
talk
things, man.
Your shit.
Man, look, we
who
just
the fuck are you?
Mission.
Who are you?
I know that they do be asking that question, like who you is, man. Who is Big Miyagi Vice, aka King Vice Versa?
Talk.
You dig? You know, CEO, boss certified ENT. You under dig? And look, man, we just trying to get to the digital currency. I mean, that's really, you know, we gotta be talking all day. I get to tell them who all I is.
That's right.
Just know when we say boss certified,
talk about
you know, that's just what it is.
That's right.
You under dig? You know what I'm saying? But who you is, man?
You know me, man. I'm the DZ nuts. I'm the D's nuts.
Talk
D's
to him, man.
Deep discussions with these nuts.
Talk to you.
I need to get tuned into Logic Reason music, Miyagi Vice music, Vice Verse music, anything we collaborating on. Let me tell you, these nuts, call me AKA PKA, the nigga with 4 money streams. I'm trying to do it. Don't matter how I do it. Don't worry about how I'm doing it. I'm doing it, but I'm doing it better. Come the future, you know. It's a Shardy party tonight. We off that Chardonnay. We off that other stuff that you don't even know about, and that's what's up. And that's and Miyagi, karate chop, nigga. That's how you talk your shit.
I need to know how we got the name and all.
See, I just told this nigga how to talk his shit. See, look, hey, if you got, hey, look, hey, if y'all haven't noticed, this nigga in the laid back chair, he a boss at the end of the day.
Come holler at me, man.
I'm in the stand up chair with the
knees out a little
up.
Bit. I ain't cut that check yet.
I'm on my perch, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like wide awoke. This nigga laid back, so I got to make him talk his shit sometime. But anyway,
you know what it is, man. You know, I had to. I mean, y'all see what the title with Jake Paul versus the boy Tyron, man.
Well, hold on. Before we get into Jake Paul and the niggas, you know what I'm really pissed about? Normally, folks, when I like to smoke my shit, I don't like to make a mistake, because when I be off that Chardonnay, I forget how to pick up the blunt, how to pick up the cigar. I picked up that shit right before we went on air. I picked that shit up, and I had the black part of my motherfucking tongue. I had to spit all the ashes on this nigga floor and flip it over. Nigga, I hate when that happens. If you somebody who advocates, hey, go to Denzel finger. If you one of them niggas who advocate smoke and you want to choke, don't turn your cigar back to the back with the black stuff and the smoke go out of it. You feel me though? Hey, real quick.
Why you going to Denzel on there?
Hey, real quick. Hey, real quick, right off the top, give it up to because we you know what we do here.
We support black businesses.
We do
support folks.
Give it up to Keanu Bill. We rocking that blue shit. Man. This is a program here, and I'm gonna talk really articulately. This is a program here for young ladies, young black girls who are in the urban community. They don't even have to be black girls, but most of them will be. Right. Keanu Bill is somebody you need to get in touch to, and that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna rock this. I might throw something else on.
You got their social media?
I do.
With Instagram and all that, man. You know, shout them out, man. What's the name of that shirt?
I think she's on Facebook, because I just bought the shirt and I work with her. We work on some different things together. But I bought the shirt, but I think she's on Facebook. Just look up Keanu Bill. You know what I'm saying?
Keanu Bill.
If you want a shirt like this that's bubbling, Cashapp. You know how we do. I mean, if you somebody who's supporting people locally or black businesses.
You ain't important if you ain't supporting.
And support my man right here for the graphic designs. You see what this is coming to be right here.
Look, man, Motivate Multimedia Hub.
Talk to him.
You know, we everywhere, man. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. That's Motive 8, MOTIV, and the number 8.
Hey, put a one.
All creations, man. You did all the information gonna be in down there in the description. You did. We gonna have the young scriptures down there for you to check out, man. You know, we bring your vision to life.
My niggas put a one in the chat. We got to do all this promotion shit in the beginning before we start talking about Jake Paul and these niggas. Yo, put a one in the chat if you like the D's Nuts logo. Better than
live, y'all.
Better than the who you got logo. Hey, it don't even matter. It's not an insult.
Yeah, check out that logo
because
he
created both of them. He don't care if it's 1, 2, or 3.
I know y'all only getting kind of half of it, man. But you know, y'all see, man, it's deep discussions. You know, my segment coming with my bro here, These Nuts.
And last but not least,
dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already see the boss certified on there. You see the Motivate gloves right there. Man, y'all don't even know. Look, Motivate fitnessgear.com. Look at Motivate, MOTIV8 fitnessgear.com. That's where y'all going.
Hey, show them the hat real quick.
I ain't worried about this. The Rico Lamar, man. That's passe.
Well, if you ain't gonna talk your shit,
we gonna talk that out
real quick. I just want to show them this too. Because I'm proud of my brother. Look at this right here.
That's just, you know, the
look at that nigga.
That's a little. Hey, y'all don't even know Rico Cage music. That's my, my producer Monica. You know, as an artist, King, vice versa.
Hey, but check this out,
AKA Big Miyagi.
Check this shit out.
We do custom shit.
Hey, you know it's authentic because the nigga hat. Look, it's cocked the same way. You know it's official. You don't even need to look for a blue check or whatever. You know it's him. You know it's him.
You know we got gifts, man. We got gifts. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
We gotta let them know what's popping off.
Jake Paul. First and foremost, let me just say right off the rip, I might have half the black community mad at me because I'm saying Jake Paul gonna whoop Tyron's ass.
Oh man,
that don't make me
bugging.
That don't make me a sellout.
He bugging.
That don't make me nothing. All I'm saying is I'm a big proponent of size. And guess what? Technique is important, but size weighs on you. When niggas lean on you, when niggas punch you, that's why they got different weight classes. And let me say this last part before you go in.
Oh, yeah, I'm just listening. I'm listening, you know.
The only fight that I can remember to date that showed some sort of like miracle happening is when Ali fought George Foreman. George Foreman should have won that fight. He was actually winning that fight, but miraculously, Muhammad Ali did his thing. So what I'm explaining is that's the only fight that I can remember that a dude who was bigger lost to somebody smaller, like in a big fight, right? Now this ain't a big fight between Jake Paul and fucking Tyron, but Tyron is smaller.
Talk, dog. Like I said yesterday, y'all. So we had to re-upload. You know what I'm saying? We already dropped something. Bam, we back at it now. Technical difficulties and whatnot. But look, first of all, it wouldn't be no Iron Mike. See, Mike defied everything you talking about, man. Mike was knocking fools out that was 6'4", 6'5". Did you not see what he did to Frank Bruno? He was small for a heavyweight. But he chopped their ass. Mike was putting folks on their ass, man.
Every time I start talking
plain and simple. I ain't even look no further than Mike, bro.
He actually got a point.
And if you want to, go to Frazier.
And this is my brother right here. We go back, motherfucker.
Go
12,
to Frazier.
13, 14 years.
No, 20-something years.
20-something years. In college. He was in college. We're 42 now. Listen, I get tired of when this nigga do this kind of thing. He always bring Mike.
I'm 24.
Because Mike was chopping down motherfucking Empire State Buildings, IDSs. But let me tell you, Mike and Muhammad Ali are just in a class of their own. Tell me any other fighter. Don't be anecdotal. Tell me any other fighter who was smaller be the bigger fighter besides Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali.
Dude, I can't
see
when you it's been a lie.
I can't prepare today.
That don't mean
I can't prepare today with this nigga. I know this nigga's
arguments. It's been a lot of cats, bro. What you talking about?
Talk to me.
Even if you want to.
Talk to me.
Who else we talk? We said Frazier, right?
Who Frazier?
Frazier knocked out Ali.
Okay,
so what
Ali.
You talking about?
Okay, three niggas.
Gotta go no further than that,
ladies and gentlemen.
Man, this guy, he's casual.
Ladies and gentlemen, take witness to the fact that this shit is still anecdotal. We talked about Frazier. We talked about Tyson. We talked about Muhammad Ali being smaller than George Foreman. Tell me when it's a common thing. We're smaller boxers. You know I'm making points, YouTube. Tell me when smaller boxers be bigger fighters on a regular basis. That's 3 fighters.
He ain't talked about skill, none of that stuff. This brother still stuck on the size thing.
So answer the question.
Which I just gave you like 2-3
Why
examples.
Is Tyron? Because he with Tyron.
Oh, so you saying Tyron, man, listen. What I'm saying is this.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Anybody got a puncher's chance. That's number one, right?
This media shit, this media talk.
I'm looking
prisoner of the eye. Come on, man.
You know, MMA wise, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, I get it in a little bit too. I do my thing, do my little crab, right?
This guy's nice.
Now here's the thing, right? Tyron is a veteran, bro. Like he's not new to see. People think just because he's been in MMA that he ain't been boxing. Check it out. The 4 main disciplines in mixed martial arts is boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing, wrestling, and what else? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So Tyron, like myself, been training in this shit well over a decade.
People
now your boy Jake Paul is not MMA, but boxing, I just said, is one of those elements, right? Check it out though. Jake been training since when? A year or 2?
That's what you've seen.
Come on, man.
Listen.
Just based off that.
Let me just say for the record. Let me say for the record real quick. Let me say for the record.
You got a puncher's chance.
I'm not one of them black dudes who's a conservative, always cheering for the white guy or some shit like that. I'm literally going off of what I know about boxing. So what I'm saying to you is you've only seen footage here and there about Jake putting in work, but he could be a professional trainer, performer like you. Nobody has seen you, and I know this guy's nice.
No, they didn't see. Don't say nobody. They done seen me. I'm international.
Not everybody has seen you,
they
brother.
Done seen me.
You
what
nice.
I'm saying
everybody
is,
should see
your boy, even with me, I'm 14 years deep in this, bro. We still talking about experience.
So why ain't you giving some
whether you see me or not? Whether you see me or not, Jake been training for 2 years.
That's know of.
That's my point. No, that he done said himself. Okay. He ain't no veteran. He's a YouTuber. Okay. You understand?
Well, he kept himself
the reason they where they had him and his brother, right?
Okay, what was he doing before that though?
The reason they there where they is because of their YouTube popularity, not because but fighters, no.
But keeping themselves in shape. Keeping themselves in shape, Logan and Jake, enough to compete. What was they doing 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago? They had to be doing something because a nigga like me sitting around working out sometimes and eating some shit I shouldn't eat.
Shape. That don't mean you a boxer. What you talking about?
Do you ever think they boxed in high school?
We still talking about 14 years versus no. These dudes just started training within the past couple of years.
I'll be surprised by brothers like you.
And fighters,
and fighters.
Now they could be black, they could be whatever. The argument is still the same.
You would be rooting for somebody like a Jake.
Why would I root for Jake?
Two.
When I'm more on Tyron's speed, like we got similar backgrounds, man.
Because he does MMA.
He came up through the collegiate wrestling shit, and then got to the other disciplines, and then the boy's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Why is it so
that
hard?
Takes years to get to that.
Somebody has just one craft and something that you do also, why is it so hard for you to give him love too?
No, he get love. The problem is, I don't think that. I don't know if he has enough to still beat Tyron, although many people they keep trying to get confused by the whole MMA thing. Like, don't let that throw you off.
You don't use half of those skills in a boxing match. Act Conor McGregor.
You don't.
So what we talking about?
But see, that was scripted though. That was scripted.
Because with Conor,
we know that was scripted.
Hey, put a 1 in the comment section if you feel like Conor McGregor would actually whoop Floyd Mayweather's ass in the MMA matchup. See?
Hold on, we got a couple folks here, man. What somebody say? Ashley, she said Jake gonna sleep him in the second round, bro. What you think? What you think about that?
It's a possibility now, and I give who is that guy who made
that was Ashley.
Let me give Ashley some props. Ashley, you right on the money. This is what I'm telling him, and guess what? I'm like you, Ashley.
He got to punch his chance.
Let me talk to Ashley real quick. You know
he got to punch his chance. Go ahead. Talk.
Yo, Ashley, here the deal is, and I won't be long-winded with this, like my wife say, but let me tell you, my thing is this: I'm like you. I don't fight professionally. I work out occasionally. I pay for pay-per-view. This guy right here is a professional fighter. Let me let you guys know. You should go on there.
It was a chance. It was a minute ago.
Look for Rico.
I'm hold on, bro. Don't be talking about government, dog. You know,
look for the
Chardonnay. That Chardonnay hit him.
You're right.
That Chardonnay done hit him now.
I appreciate that.
Chardonnay done hit his ass.
Go online. Look for the ill silverback. That's him. He knows more technically about fighting, but here's what I will say. But here's what we all know. I'm still talking to Ashley.
You know,
we finished.
Go hurry up, because hold on. We got Johnny to get to too. Johnny done hit us with.
I'm gonna hit Johnny up too.
Go ahead, bro.
But look. And Johnny was asking when the shit started. It started now. Look, why don't you want me to talk to Ashley?
Oh, the fight tomorrow. If you talking about the fight, Johnny, man, the fight's tomorrow, bro. I think
sorry about that.
8 p.m. Eastern.
You're right.
7 Central Time, man.
All right, let me get back on my shit with Ashley.
And the Sunday too. That was kind of like.
Let me speak in to Ashley real quick. She
come on, man.
On the same page. Ashley, listen. The fact of the matter is, me and you the same way. I don't know what color you are, what you prefer in fights, none of that shit. Deep discussions with these nuts. Let me tell you something real quick, Ashley. You right on the money. He's bigger. Every time we see Jake Paul fighting, I mean, he must have the same kind of people in his circle like Floyd Mayweather who can pick fights for him, because he always fights somebody smaller. He is fighting someone smaller, somebody who comes in the ring who can box.
So what you saying
who can box?
Fixing his fight.
I'm saying he might have a hand in that. He might, because he is a YouTuber. Why would Floyd Mayweather reach out to his brother and say, "Let me get some of your views"? It makes sense. But here's what I'm going to hold on, making sense here. I got 15 seconds. Ashley, what you know that I know is he's bigger than Tyron, and also
she ain't said none of that.
This is what she's feeling. That's why she said Jake. And also, here's the last thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna give it to my man Miyagi.
Break this down. Surgical.
Look here.
Shit, man.
Look here.
Jake.
This guy Jake, right? Tyrone's smaller, and Tyrone is bringing in skills, half of them at least, 50% of them, that indicate he's not going to be able to use those in the ring, just the same way Conor McGregor thought he was going to use that shit against Floyd and got waxed in a boxing match that has rules and regulations to it.
Floyd to Jake.
I'm not doing
that.
I'm saying somebody who's more specialized in MMA versus boxing.
You cannot compare those two scenarios.
Y'all know I'm not doing that. Put a one in the comment if you think I'm not doing that.
Listen,
I'm talking to
Jake has a chance. See, I don't want people to get it misconstrued because of the Nate Robinson knockout. Please don't let that confuse.
Hey, put a pin in that. Put a pin in that.
I don't want you to get lost in the sauce, right?
Put a pin in that.
Because that was like watching a fish out of water. He had no business. Okay? Just go to show you athleticism and build, that don't mean shit. He had no business being in the ring at all. So he ran right into, the thing about it is, if you go back and watch the fight, like Jake threw that right hand like at least 2, 3, 4 times before he caught him with it. And Jake didn't adjust, Nate didn't adjust at all. So you only knew it was a matter of time. Now, you don't got to be a professional to knock somebody out. That's all I'm saying. Now, I've watched the Logan boys, train. I'm like, okay. So it ain't like they just came in yesterday, but they had been training. Right, so they know some fundamentals, but they are not quite pugilists yet, right? So if I'm just looking at the fact, okay, this Tyron guy has been a professional in combat sports for probably over a decade now, meaning he's been training in several disciplines. Boxing is one of them, right? Would I put this Jake guy over somebody who has actually been training in the shit way longer and has been competitively fighting? You understand what I'm saying? Who would I? What makes more sense? So we'll see. We'll see.
Let me tell you something real quick about what he just said.
Oh no, we got somebody else who just what they say, man. Go ahead, go ahead.
Well, before I answer this question, Ashley, I love what Ashley doing
Yeah.
Ashley is making my man Miyagi look less like Miyagi. Hold up, listen.
That's what's up. I like me putting
let
it.
Let me tell you something real quick. Let me tell you. I don't care if she just watches this dude Jake Paul just for his YouTube shit. She understands what I'm talking about here.
I'm not even mad.
Everything.
Get that money. Man.
Got you. So here's the reason why. Ladies and gentlemen, let me answer the question. Miyagi pretty
Go
much
ahead,
indirectly
holla.
The reason in which people like Nate Robinson and all the other small fighters, you'll even find on YouTube some dude who looks like he's a star from the movie. What's the movie about Spike Lee, brother?
Oh, to do the right thing. I forgot. I think that was the first guy he fought.
There's one guy that Jake Paul fought that was a little nerdy looking. I don't even know why you in the ring.
It might have been
co-star from guy. Do the Right Thing in the Pizzeria. Okay, I get it, but here's the reason why
he was doing some good stuff.
Like he was squatting a lot. If you guys go see this, tell me how many times this
it was on the
Latin
zone.
Motherfucker dropped it like it was hot, like he was dancing. He wants to be a dancer. He wants to be that.
So
just telling you.
Ashley come into the game.
Hold on. But Ashley, look, here's the reason. Smaller fighters will often panic against bigger fighters and rush in. So what you're gonna find with Tyron, and mark my words when this happens, because we can do a recap afterwards, after tonight. Watch what happens. Tyron's gonna feel his weight leaning. He's gonna feel that some of his hard punches are not actually striking the bigger fighter. But every time the bigger fighter leans on him, it takes away his energy and his fatigue. So then he's going to resort to rushing in. This is what a smaller fighter, even me who's 5'7", if I was fighting somebody like 6 foot and I gave him everything I got, eventually I would give him a rush in. Tyron's going to do that tonight. Thoughts?
Let me see, Ashley, what she say, but it's also
talk to him real quick.
The mental state.
The Chardonnay's popping real quick. Keep going.
That Jake has to prepare himself when shit gets real in later rounds.
Yeah. I'm listening.
He said, by the way, I'm a bro. But check it out. Here's the thing, right? That's a good point. That's a damn good point. The mental state, right? And see, that's the thing. Tyron, we talking about a 4-time UFC world champion now. He was a champion. You got to respect him, right? He was a champ. So we ain't even just talking about a regular fighter. This dude defended it 4 times. So we'll see, man. We'll see. The only thing I see is a puncher's chance. Tyron's had the chance to train with Floyd. Like I think this cat's worked with Freddie Roach. Like, man, this dude has been he's been active. I ain't saying he a professional boxer.
Fighter's chance for who?
But check this out. We just saw Anderson Silva beat one of the Chavez, right? Brothers. I
like Anderson Silva. That's a bad argument for me.
I'm just saying, but he's MMA. Like we got guys in the sport of mixed martial arts now whose hands done be progressively gotten better over the years in that particular component. I'm not saying, and that depends, and it depends on the fighter even then. Not all of them are to that level. Anderson's one of them. The move with Conor, that was a business, bro. That wasn't even, that was business. Understand that. This here, though, this is different. This is what, Triller?
Yep.
Or whatever?
Maybe.
Right.
Ashley said Netflix. Let me see.
No, that's the one before. We already talked. We own that. I
like,
on that one
Ashley, shout out to you real quick, Miss Patworth. Let me tell you something what you said right there. And I think what you're saying is, you said something here to let me
hold on. We got Pat can see what I want to know.
No, Ashley's in the mix, man. Hold up. Look at Ashley said.
We already talked about
respect.
That right there.
Wait, what? Respect to Joe
Jake
for getting into the ring to stop. However, he hasn't got the boxing brain to outbox or outthink. I think she's trying to say somebody like Tyron. If Tyron boxes inside, blah 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 blah.
It's all
I respect
over.
that.
It's all over. I still want to see
Ashley,
Fury at the end.
But Ashley, somebody with reach and somebody with size is keeping you out of your range. And guess what else I know?
If they know how to use it.
And if you don't have the footwork to get on the sides with the like the peekaboo style or just different ways to get on the sides of a fighter in a boxing match, you're not gonna win as a smaller fighter. Listen, why is it that when I fight somebody bigger than me, I'm picking up a weapon after a while?
But are you trained?
No, I'm just asking you a question. Why are smaller niggas the first ones to pick up a weapon? Because they absolutely know after a while.
Because in the hood,
this shit ain't gonna work.
That's what you get taught.
This shit is nuts.
That's what you get taught of in the hood, and you better grab something.
Let me go to the side on this one today. It's getting crazy. Go ahead. I'm listening to you, brother. I'm listening.
No. That's no. You right. You right. I mean, you know what I'm saying. Those are just hood tactics. You know what I'm saying. That's hood code. That's, you know what I'm saying. You can grab some. It ain't no rules in the streets. It ain't no rules in the streets.
Actually, I'm in tune with you right now, Mama. Listen. So you said like it's a mental. You started off sounding like you was supporting Jake. But now you're saying, but it's also a mental state that Jake has to prepare himself for?
Yeah.
Like what?
Right. He's circling back and hollering at you. Like,
please comment, Ashley. I want to know where you're going.
So I know you stepped out for a hot sec. What I'm saying is, and I touched on it a little bit, basically mental state as in how many rounds has Jake actually gone?
How many rounds did they fight?
And hold on, with a real fighter. You understand? Okay. We ain't talking about YouTubers. We not talking about Nate Robinson, somebody from a different sport who ain't never jumped into no combat, nothing at all. You talking about somebody who was a 4-time UFC champion.
God, man, you keep talking about UFC. Has Tyron ever won any belts in boxing?
We just watched highlights of this brother's knockouts.
Does he have any belts won in boxing?
Neither does Jake.
So okay, so it's even playing field in that department.
Stop playing.
So quick sidebar.
Now, I said, a puncher's chance is a puncher's chance. Everybody got a puncher's chance.
Who has a puncher's chance in this
one? But
who
I expect to win. The boy out of Mizzou, man. You dig out of the Lou.
So
Ferguson.
Let me ask you a sidebar.
Tyron, boy, man, handle business.
I
mess with Jake too. Shout out Jake, man. You know,
big little brother.
Hey, we gonna see what happened. We gonna see what happened though. Hold on. Where's she go? Ashley again.
Oh, here we go. Ashley, I like that.
My first comment was a joke. Oh, blind Jake gonna sleep him in the second round. Okay, he said that was a joke.
So you more with me.
As long as Tyron get on the inside, you know, don't let Jake use his reach.
How is he going to get a
comfortable fight for Tyron? I mean, that's a fair assessment.
No, go ahead, keep talking to him. Let's do some research real quick. Nah, I like Ashley.
I already know.
You know what I respect about Ashley right now? She challenging both of us. So let me just Google this real quick. I just want to know the size real quick, and I'm gonna pose it back to the audience. Jake Paul. Let me see how big he is. Real quick.
Let's see. He's still stuck on side. Listen. If Tyron does what he's supposed to do, he'll have Jake rattled.
Yes. Okay, so
pressure's a mug. Pressure's a mug. We ain't talking about no YouTuber. We ain't talking about somebody who ain't never
Jake Paul
fought at all.
200 to 210 pounds, no problem.
Means what?
Guess what? Watch this one. Hey, Ashley, watch this. This is some juice. Yo, Ashley, you heard me? Wait, stop. I bought this nigga a monster before I came over for this podcast.
Get to doing this.
Oh shit, talking about other fighters again. You notice what Miyagi, he always want to talk about other fighters, but he on the ropes. Listen, real quick. I just told you Jake Paul was about 6'2", about 210 pounds. Guess how big Tyron Woodley is? Tyron Woodley is 5'9", 170.
Dude.
I'm done.
Again. Fighters
why they got
cut
weight
down.
classes.
They make cuts.
Rico.
Tyron probably walks around.
Rico.
At least 195.
Rico.
He cuts to 170. But for this he ain't got a cut.
Rico, I gotta blaze up for this one. Rico,
I'm
listen,
just trying to. I'm trying to reach him to teach him.
5'7".
I'm trying to reach him to
Hold
teach
up.
the brother.
I'm
You know?
5'7", 187 pounds. I wasn't that weight when I was in college. I was a lot bigger. I was 230. This guy over here, what I just realized before we start this podcast, he's taller than me. He's 5'8.5". Guess how much he weighed? About 250 now. He lost 20 pounds 2 weeks ago. Give Miyagi some props. But let me tell you something. I would not step in the ring. I would not step in the ring with this nigga if I was technically sound.
I'm trying to reach him. I'm trying to reach him to teach
weight classes for a reason.
Hold on. Ashley say, you know, Jake could come out running a bit like Hatton against Mayweather, get too excited, training, sparring, or go out the window. Again, Jake know what he doing. You know, he got what you say. You got to steal balls. Was hopping in there because now you jumping in with a Tyron. Now, if he actually catches Tyron, it'll be interesting to see who's next.
We got 14 minutes.
That should be interesting.
Let me just say
that will be interesting. But that's a fair assessment. Like I said,
Ashley Papworth, I love you.
Entertainment. I just want to see the entertainment.
I am disappointed in you right now as I sit on my perch.
No, that's a fair assessment. You know what's going on.
No, sorry about that. Hey,
shout out. You know what's going on.
Hey, every time me and this brother don't went out to a club, I'm married. I don't want no chicks. But let me just tell you something. Way back in the day, 10 years ago, they look at this nigga. They look at They look at this nigga.
We done made too much sense.
Hold on. I'm gonna say it.
We done made the brother switch
topics. Nope, you're not doing that. Every time they see this nigga's size, I'm not talking to my boy for the rest of the night when we was in college. He off because they like. That's what you're doing right now, Ashley. You switch your argument because this nigga buff, and I'm cool with it. But let me tell you why I'm disappointed in you right now. You're skating backwards like you at ATL Cascades. Right now, Ashley, can you beat a female Ashley Papworth who is 40 pounds big weight heavier than you and about 4 feet taller than you? Can you 4 inches taller than you? Hey, can you do it? No. So imagine Tyron with all the skills that he has. This nigga can make eggs, runny or scramble. This nigga can flip backwards and flip forward. This motherfucker can pin somebody in a rear naked choke and go have a cigar outside. He is great.
See, look,
but will that shit work against somebody who is bigger than you, sir?
Let's check it out.
God damn it.
Hold on.
I'm tired of doing this with people, man.
Check it out. Start this. What's this say now? We can't say Jake knows what he's doing as of yet. His career, he hasn't even gone through the amateur. And look what I said to you yesterday. When you go through the amateurs,
she like the way you look, Miyagi. Fuck it.
I told you this yesterday, you told man. Me that females like how you when look. You go through the amateurs, you see Jake 2-0, 3-0, or something like that, 4-0. That's somebody who hasn't even gone through the amateurs.
Okay, let me ask you.
Hold on. A typical career of a boxer, and then we're gonna be talking about the business side of this, because that's fucked up that these guys work their life off to go through all these fighters in this amateur career to get to a Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Get to a Floyd Mayweather when these boys just came off of YouTube and got the opportunity, right? Well, hold on, I almost forgot where was I at.
I want to ask.
I was heading to on that, man. I don't know what happened. I don't forgot, man. I don't know. Got to the amateur, but no, see, it's just a different caliber. A 3-0 who done went through the amateurs that probably had over 100 fights is gonna look a lot different than the Jake Paul who hop in there. You know what I'm saying? What's the money? Now that person might lace a Tyron off top.
Who's getting the most money in this?
It is. You know what? I wouldn't even doubt if it was Jake, but Tyron's a smart dude because he probably like, look, Jake is who he is, but guess what? I'm who I am too. All right, so either we gonna split this down the pot, or I think they made the money right for both guys.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Outside of the size thing, and you're gonna notice a lot of times with these nuts,
certified in ENT.
With these nuts, you're gonna notice I make sense in the end. Outside of size, let me tell you something else that's prevalent. One thing that known fighters, no matter if it's MMA, boxing, whatever it is, kickboxing, whatever, K2 or whatever, what is it? That old shit. It don't matter what it is. It don't matter what it is. The point I'm making is
K2. K1 kickboxing, man.
K2 is that shit that niggas be out on the wait. K2 is that shit that niggas be out on the front line foaming at the mouth with. Yeah, K1. My point is this.
Kickboxing, bro.
If you're a known fighter, a lot of times, and you've seen this was one of my favorites even, Anderson Silva against what's the American
Spider.
What was the American's name again that Dana was promoting? The one guy, Wiseman.
Weidman.
Weidman.
Is that what
when you're known, you take breaks with people who are less unknown. This will be a hell of a night for Jake Paul, and I'm not even
capable. Say, yo, what up with you, man?
Yes, sir. I'm not even. Hey, what up, M1? Hey, I'm not even caping for white boys. I'm not even that type of dude. I don't cape for nobody but the 3 people who live with me and this nigga. But my point is, watch Jake Paul come out like, if I beat this guy, I will have my YouTube views up, and also people will start to recognize me as more of a professional fighter. He's gonna have more integrity, more ambition to win this shit than Tyron. Tyron got disrespected because somebody's mama got talked about.
He did get under the skin. I'll say that.
Relax.
He did get up under the skin a little bit.
Do you know what Jake's doing?
Tyron was, I kill everybody in
here. Jake is promoting a fight. If you can promote, if I fight a white,
I don't know, that could be marketing and promote.
Look, if you fight a white, if a brother like me is fighting a white guy, just don't call me the N-word and we straight. You can diss whoever. Not my kids, and don't call me the N-word. Not my wife either. You straight.
This fool said.
You can say something about my mama though, because I know my mama ain't like that. But that's what it is.
Conor was borderline on that though when he fought Floyd. He was really playing to that though. But I think they both did a good job.
Conor lost
of
me
really
as a
pushing
fan.
that.
But Conor lost me as a fan because he was going.
So you got to think business though, man. Look, this is entertainment. This is what Floyd understands. This is what I get everything that's happening. People call Floyd stupid. You are wrong.
Well, Floyd
first and foremost,
Floyd put that out himself.
Who else do you know?
He can't read. Who said that?
Who else do you know?
Jesus Christ.
Past or present legends could go in here and demand a $300 million payday for one fight.
Other than
Floyd Mayweather.
Nobody.
This is because he understands entertainment.
I give that.
This guy, and I'm gonna tell you something. The first time he kind of got, a little taste of that is when he did the WWE shit. That's what showed him, hey, this shit ain't even gotta be real, and I can make this kind of money. Right. So I'm not even mad at him from going to Japan when he first did it and got the same amount of money that Pacquiao got when Pacquiao. Who did he fight, man?
Which one?
Might have been Broner or something. It was like 10 million.
One of the boxer guys. Got you.
Mayweather's different. See, he understands the business. Far from stupid. You don't become a billionaire from being stupid. You understand? If anything, he kind of exposed the education system.
Let's make this clear. Just because you a smart person like Rain Man in one lane,
he also don't the best whoever did it, bro.
Don't mean you the genius in all areas. You can make some mistakes too. My point is, Jake gonna win. Jake gonna probably win tonight. And guess what else?
I mean tomorrow. Yeah.
Tomorrow, excuse me. And guess what else?
Punches chance.
Even if here's the caveat, and I'm gonna take my hat off because there's no cap on this one. Even if Tyron wins tomorrow, he's not going to win flawlessly. All of y'all know that.
If he slips.
No. You go
one punch. Mike was
M1,
50 wins, 44 KOs, and he was the small guy.
Hey, M1 and Ashley.
Slip.
You're going to see it. Even if Tyron wins, he's not going to win flawlessly. It's going to look a lot like the Logan Paul Mayweather fight. I'll let him walk into that one. He want to keep bigging up Mayweather. Mayweather looked
again, man.
Maybe he wasn't taking Logan seriously, but he looked weird. So look, guess what? If Tyron wins, he ain't gonna look flawless neither.
4 times Mayweather.
Tell me I'm lying.
See, I enjoy this for what it is, right? So I get exhibitions or no more. See, nobody ever looks this up. Just look it up. An exhibition, right? I think that's what this is. I don't know. Probably no. Could be. Probably, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But I know when Floyd did an exhibition, right? It's nothing more than a display of skills, right?
Yep.
That's all. I don't say a real or a fake fight. You just display. You on display, right? That's what this is. Now, I don't know. This might be a real boxing bout. It's just between a YouTuber and an MMA guy. But again, as a combative, man, I gotta go with the person who's been doing this.
It gotta be somewhat amateur because Jake Paul technically is not a professional.
No. He pro, bro. Him and his brothers.
Oh, there you go.
They're pro. They're pro. You know. So I guess it's a pro. But again, see that brings up another topic.
What?
How does the real boxing fans feel about all of this fake shit going on?
What
about these guys? Again, these YouTubers. Remember what I told you? Guys work their asses off for years to get in front of a Mayweather and make the type of money. Dude got 17 million the last fight.
2021.
That's crazy. So that's what I'm saying. They got hard boxing fans. They not digging this. They're not digging it.
They get Logan.
But I like that they get the money though.
Pauls and the Jake Pauls for the views because shit can get monetized and people can get paper.
Well, they get the bread even
so it don't even matter about that. I'm telling you tonight that this guy Jake Paul, you call Jake the fake. I'm not even capable for dude. He gonna beat dude.
Just because man, he put in blood and tears, man.
I mean, these type of opportunities. Hey, let me tell y'all a story real quick.
Blood and tears,
real quick.
And then these boys just walk in because I'm a YouTuber.
That's his emotions talking as a professional fighter.
I'm just saying.
Because you deserve to be recognized.
I understand.
You deserve it.
I don't even care. But
they gotta be a little bit of feeling.
No, for most people, I'm just talking about in general. How I can see that point of view. Like, damn, these guys. Think about it. Boxing. We ain't talking about MMA. We talking about boxers because boxers have the history is there. These guys, 100, 200, some even have 300 amateur fights before they even turn pro, then have another 30-something fights. You got to beat this guy before then is the Mayweather, damn near toward the end of your career.
Let me tell this nigga a story real quick.
That's my point.
Listen, when I was fucking like 9 years old over Northside, Minneapolis, I got my bike stolen. I went home, told my cousins who were way older than me. I went to go get my bike myself the first time. The dude was like 13, 14 years old. I was like 8 or 9. I went home, got my cousins. Why did I go home and get my cousins who were about 12 or 13? Because you know why? This motherfucker was bigger than me. Did you hear me? So I went home. Got some help. Tyron's gonna need some help.
Dang, that's crazy, y'all. He said that man gonna need some help. It's gonna be interesting.
Ladies, do you agree? Size matters.
It's going to be interesting.
Ladies, does size matter?
They're gonna say, yeah, you still gotta know how to use your
Ashley, the size matter.
You know how to use
Ashley, the size.
That's the thing. So with Jake Paul, this the thing. You could be taller, you can have a longer reach. Do you know how to use it though? Because if you don't, that's your ass, Mr. Postman.
I think Ashley is a white girl who likes brothers. I think she likes brothers.
Go ahead. Read what Ashley say.
Ashley's rebelling against her white father right now.
You're right. It won't look pretty, but it'll still be a decent paycheck, which will be for 6 minutes of work. Tyron will attack his body, finish him off. Clean shot.
I love my wife.
Real surgical.
Ashley's probably one of those.
He said, "Well, no, I'm a guy." It's a guy. He said, "I'm a guy."
Ashley's probably one of those very attractive blonde chicks.
Oh no, look. He said, "I'm a guy." Quit playing. That's what he had to clarify thing. Ashley, bro.
I'm a guy.
Yeah, man. I'll let you know, man. You know, we got fans from everywhere. The UK,
you can't be doing that shit
all over.
Brother. Hey, let me tell you something, bro.
No, he got on
brother. You know, I was impressed that I thought it was a female talking about some intricate shit about boxing and MMA. And now that I know you a guy, I'm not that impressed, but I respect you. But damn, you can't be naming yourself Ashley Pathworth and thinking I'm supposed to be thinking like guy first. Come on, give me a break, man. I'm being honest. You gotta show me some love.
Oh no, what Joy say, man? What Joy say?
If my name was Portia, would you think I was a guy or a girl?
Look.
Just saying.
Hold on, she spotted, man.
Big up to Joey Bay.
He said it's just my missus in the picture.
That's what's popping. No, I got thrown off by Ashley. Hey, big up to Joey. Hey, Bay 99.
They blame my dad.
Hey, yo, this is you got your shit. Who you got, nigga? Who do you got?
Who do you got?
We might do a recap on this. I like to.
Hey,
Ashley,
it'll be a follow up.
That's what's going on. A little humor right there. But seriously, I was confused. The whole podcast, I thought that
hold on, he said, hold on. Now that mean the food ready. Hold on, man.
I thought that you was a female. You ever seen a female, ladies and gentlemen, work on a vehicle and fix your alternator or some shit? I'm like, God damn, she's cold as fuck.
It's 2021.
I thought Ashley Pathworth was a female who was on that. And then he revealed himself as the husband. And I said, nigga, you supposed to know how. You supposed to know, Ashley, as a dude.
Blame my dad.
As Ashley, as a dude, you supposed to know how technical Tyron is. I mean, you're not impressive no more. You should have stayed like,
Hey, look, I can't wait for this one. I know, guys. Yeah, like I said, for me, it's entertainment. I get it. Besides, and see, this is I gotta blame the state of boxing right now, because you got all these stars. Everybody's a star, but they don't want to fight each other, right?
That's a good point.
Like I give it out.
That's why MMA
you got to give your props to Pac-Man. At the end of the day, he's a legend.
That's a whole.
Whoever you put in front of him, he don't care. He gonna go out there and do this thing. So shout out to Pac-Man on that, man.
That's right.
But these young guys, man, they're not bringing it, so they can't really blame. So kind of going back on my last comment, I guess you can't really blame these guys, because look, the real boxers don't want to box. So meanwhile, these guys are providing the entertainment. You can look at it from that point of view.
So just to keep it on our points, are you saying with that point, are you saying that being that Jake Paul is the younger boxer, he's not as serious as Tyron? Are you saying it in that regard?
No, I'm not saying he's not as serious. I'm just my argument has more to do with the experience.
I got you on that whole. I got you on that analogy there. I got you. But let me just tell you real quick before we go off the air, man. We're gonna do a recap on this shit. We don't make this shit long-winded. But let me just tell you.
My missus could easily take out Jake Paul. Damn. I know that's right. She got her hands. My wife, got her hands, man.
Okay. Hey, you know. Can I address?
Go ahead. Go holler.
Ashley, in all due respect, that reminds me of when my fellow sisters be telling me to my face, "I'll fuck you up." I be really looking at them like, "Can you really fuck me up?" Listen, your wife is smaller than Jake Paul. I appreciate the joke, but let's not get too out of hand. The bigger fighter normally wins. Everything else is anecdotal. Does anybody disagree? Or
you brought about a woman, though. You know who else?
No, I'm making a point.
Paul?
He said the joke. I respect the joke. I chuckled inside. But at the end of the day,
he said you must have met her before, so you don't know what you're talking about.
No.
Even if we take your wife out of it, you know who I'm gonna put in there?
Okay.
Now this is gonna change the whole thing. Clarissa Shields. Clarissa will watch Jake Paul.
Ashley,
she fights like a man.
Ashley.
What do y'all think about that?
Ashley,
Clarissa Shields versus
Ashley.
Hey, that might be a future matchup, though, y'all. That
Ashley.
just might.
Hey, while I'm sitting on my perch, you see how I'm sitting up? This is a laid back cat. I'm on my perch. Listen, I'm animated. I'm ready. Ashley, are you telling me? I just want to know. I'm gonna look in the comments after I ask this question. Are you telling me that your wife is bigger than Jake Paul? I'm gonna wait.
Ooh.
Go and say what you want to say. I want to wait for that answer.
I want to
wait.
But no, I'm just
because my whole argument, Ashley, is it's anecdotal. If you're talking about Mike Tyson, Frazier, hold up. No, I've been on this. If you're talking about Frazier, Muhammad Ali against George Foreman, and Mike Tyson, out of those three, everything else is common. Those three are anecdotal. If you're telling me that your wife is bigger than Jake Paul, I will agree with you, sir. But if she's not, that joke is made for the House of Comedy, Def Comedy Jam. Get on stage with it.
Said, definitely not.
Then she would lose, sir. That's my point.
Look, I told you, see these nuts, he gonna take it far.
I'm animated. Listen, we don't do this podcast to be making y'all just laugh. We are passionate about the
Hate
shit we
versus
talk about.
Goliath.
We are passionate about the stuff we talk about. And when somebody makes a comment like that,
He
I'll
used to have skills,
chuckle
man.
at
He used to have
first.
skills.
I'll
He's
chuckle.
sharp
I'll
with it.
chuckle at first, but then I'm gonna come back to what the talking points are, and I'm gonna ask Ashley. My main point was Jake's gonna win because he's bigger, and Tyron's gonna panic because he's small. He's gonna look like Nate Robinson in the end. Is your wife bigger than Jake Paul? You said no.
Hey,
My point still stands. No one can prove me wrong.
this is why you do
M1,
research.
M1, you want to come back in and say
Tyron
something?
has fought and has beaten guys that are bigger than him.
In MMA.
It's combat
In
sports. There was punching in that. There was striking
Ashley.
in those fights.
May I ask Ashley another question?
Do your research.
Ashley disagrees with my argument. She probably don't like my ego. Let me say this real quick. Ashley, let me just ask you a question. I'm not going, it's a rhetorical one. I'm not even going to respond.
That's stupid, man.
True enough. Floyd Mayweather waxed the floor with Conor McGregor in a boxing match. Ashley, would Conor McGregor beat Floyd Mayweather in an MMA match? If so, we know Tyron would wax Jake Paul in an MMA match.
See,
but in a boxing
Ashley
match,
just
no.
made the point that I made. You cannot say every fighter, right, has won because of their
No,
size.
I didn't say. Can I back it up?
Because that's your main point.
No, it's not my.
That's what he's been saying.
He said it wrong
since the beginning of the show, right, guys?
Hey, Ashley, Ashley Patworth, we started off on the right track. Hold up, Ashley Patworth, we started off on the right track, but now we're on the wrong track. Let me just say something real quick. You said every fighter. I never said every fighter. I said most fighters win fights because of skill, but mostly because they're bigger. That's why we have weight classes. If you think otherwise, tell me why we have weight classes. It's anecdotal to just use, like he did, Tyson, Frazier, and Muhammad Ali against George Foreman when he was bigger, to say, oh, not every fighter.
You don't know.
Boxing's
been around for hundreds
everybody
of years.
never won because
There's
they're
several fighters who were shorter, who
the hell y'all? Who are you referring to?
Do your research. Now, hold on. We got Arrow 786. I'm new. Can you tell us the results as well? Thank you. Yes, I think, like I said, the fight airs tomorrow, guys. So we're gonna try to stream it, but we definitely gonna be back on and do a follow-up.
I think I'm coming over
on the results.
What time
we gonna see.
It's
7 Central. I'm just saying, making no promises now, but that's what we're gonna try to do, y'all.
No, because you know, like I see the pattern. I see how this.
Hey,
I see how this show is
I
gonna
actually
go.
want you to check out David Haight.
Okay.
So you grab your phone right now if you want to, bro.
Let me see that David Haight thing.
Look up David Haight. I know who the guy is.
Because listen, let me just say this. Let me just say this to all our viewers. If I get passionate, I'm just challenging your thought. I respect that you in here, but let me just tell you something. I see a pattern here. You're gonna start off falling in love with me. You're gonna see this nigga's size.
Hold on, we got one more. We got another one.
And then you're gonna be like, fuck these. Listen, these nuts.
Check out David.
Okay,
pull him up. Pull him up, and let me pull up this next message.
Go ahead.
Again, hence Tyron will beat Paul due to skill.
Oh my
gosh, that's what I've been trying to tell.
Hold on.
That's what I've been trying to tell the guy.
What skills will Tyron transmit to boxing against
entertainment?
A person who is 40 pounds heavier and also 4 inches taller? From MMA,
I didn't look at
because every belt that he's told me about is MMA.
I think I saw the attributes.
Y'all haven't told me about any boxing success, but who's the guy I'm looking for? David Haight?
This guy right here, man. Man, look at this, man. Somebody shot multiple times, man.
Shout out to Arrow 786.
This is the world we live in.
I like how is that was that Arrow who did that? Haight versus Goliath? Because I appreciate everybody who's
no, that was Ashley. I think told you to check that out. Everyone want to know the results.
Ashley,
see, look, now it's giving you another one.
Okay.
Nikolai. Then it says try to look up the size statement, basically the attributes, or try to back that up. So they're giving you examples, right? I ain't gotta give you example. Ashley gonna help you out.
Yeah, let me tell you something.
Ashley's the one giving you the example.
Actually, I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up.
I don't gotta look no further than
I'm
Iron Mike.
I'm gonna pull up the knockouts from David Haye. And guess what? If it's something garbage, I'm gonna show him. He gonna be real about it.
See,
he's cheerleading right now for you, Ashley. But
I know. He gonna find out though. Trying to reach you to teach you.
First of all, you don't get no points, Ashley, because the nigga got cornrows and looks like he's from the streets. Okay.
Look. Bing, bow.
He hit him with his wrist.
Because see, David, if you look at David, he's small for a heavyweight, brother. But he was a beast. He was a monster.
He a heavyweight? See, he look like he a middleweight.
You just shout out to Ashley. We just proved him right, man. You know, see, look, he's in all right now. He's in all right now. See?
This footage look. Let me see when this footage was made. This shit look like it's from 1980s.
Arrow said he subbed. Shout out to Arrow. We appreciate you, man.
Yo, hold on. This shit from David Haye, I respect his gangster and all, but this shit from the 1980s when heavyweights was about 180 pounds. Stop fucking playing with me.
You don't know no better.
Stop.
Look up that
fight,
brother. I'm quite sure that wasn't in the 80s, man.
Show me a big nigga.
Hold on. You know what?
Fighting another big nigga
Actually,
who's
you're
bigger.
right. He's not. David actually is 6'3".
Let me see. Who actually say? Nikolai Valvalov?
Hold on. So David actually is 6'3", but just stature-wise, like the thickness, he's not. You know, we think about the Foremans and the Lennox Lewises.
I appreciate the niggas Goldie and his cornrows, but nope, that's not doing it for me.
Dude, hey, damn near out there looking like Shamar Moore or something out there. But damn, Shamar Moore, one of the Tyler Perry films with the messed up cornrows.
Woo!
But he knocking folks out though. And you don't get it twisted. Looks don't mean nothing.
Why Tyler Perry
in this fight game?
Why Tyler Perry be having niggas wear wigs with cornrows? I mean,
man, look, that's a whole.
I mean,
somebody got on Tyler about that too with the wigs.
You need to get with Eddie Murphy.
The costume.
You need to get with Eddie Murphy and his makeup cast for the clumps, nigga, because your shit ain't doing it. You know?
I think you're bringing in some help for the future production, man.
He needs
Tyler,
it's good to be honest with yourself.
He's a billionaire now, but we got to change it up. We got to switch it up, brother.
I'm still looking up Nikolai. Fuck the bullshit. I want to see what these cats be talking about. I respect our viewers, man. And if you show me some bullshit, I'm gonna let you know.
Check that out.
I'm gonna. Oh, okay. Hey,
but you know, hold
on, real quick.
Go ahead.
I typed in Nikolai, and guess what? Valvalov popped up after that, so he might be somebody. Let me click on him.
Listen, man. Listen. I feel like the little guy was like,
look at this
Linda,
shit. Hold up.
Linda.
Who said that the shit for Valvalov? He's proving my point. He's proving my point right now. Ashley did that shit? Ashley, wrong move. Valvalov. Okay. Oh, you said that Valvalov lost. Let me watch this shit. Hold up.
He's about to go ham.
Let me watch this shit first. Look. Let me watch this shit first. Because I see what you trying to do, Ashley, with your mother.
Get him, Ashley. Get him.
Ashley.
Get him.
I was smoking blunt with you, but Ashley, I don't like what you're doing right now. If this nigga Valvalov get knocked out by motherfucking, what's his nigga, David Hayes? Hold up.
Trying to tell this guy.
You ain't never watched David Hayes. You ain't never bring this
nigga up.
You ain't never talked to me about this nigga. I just told
him, man, I can't run by everybody to you. But I'm glad.
Nigga,
I'm glad that
Ashley. For 20 years.
I ain't gonna mention everybody to you, man. You know,
why?
You're casual, man. You're casual. But yeah, see, hey, man.
At the end of the day, Ashley, this shit is still anecdotal.
He's switching stances.
Nope. I'm not gonna let you do that. Damn, Ashley, at the end of the day, this shit is anecdotal because this is only like the fourth motherfucker who beat a bigger dude. In common. Hear what I'm saying, people. I don't listen. Hold up. I don't pinch words. I don't say shit incorrectly. I speak pretty decent, articulate English.
David was 6'3".
In common. If we're even talking about 51% to 49%, it's still the 51% that's common, but I bet you it's higher. Bigger fighters beat smaller fighters.
Let's see. So the fight tomorrow, right? We gonna see. Now, the reason why, so it's always a puncher's chance, right?
This nigga Nikolai slow as fuck.
He's a punch his
slow as
chance.
fuck.
Now, either way it goes, Tyron's gonna have to get in on the inside. That's why I said depends on how well Jake really knows how to snap that jab and keep him at bay. He's gonna have to, right?
Talk about what Tyron.
But Tyron has already proven he has power, like real power.
Now
he
get somebody that
he
size.
has
when
knockouts.
has Tyron fought somebody that size?
Dude, why you get off the size thing? That's only one component
I saw
to this.
you fight.
That don't mean shit. I done beat people that was 6'5".
I know.
Okay then. And
but
I'm 5'8". I'm 5'8". That don't mean
even
that.
You came back to me
what
and said,
hold on. What that means is
God.
the chances are. Now we don't know. We talking about somebody who barely fought. You looking at one component, like Ashley said. You keep talking about the size. That's only one component.
Hey, Ashley, can I talk to Ashley real quick?
Hold on. Check it out. Hold on. Okay. I'm bringing up another point for you. What about Pac-Man?
Let me bring.
Don't you think he'd have never had that problem?
Let me know when I can talk to Ashley.
Sort of fighter.
Let me know when I can tell. I'm still watching the
perfect example. Pac-Man.
Hey, Ashley, let me tell you something real quick.
No, good one. That's a good one.
Here's the other part where I'm coming from. Just like my brother who told me Russell Westbrook, when he was with the Houston Rockets, was OC and out of control. Now that he plays with his favorite player, LeBron, he is like the most basketball player with the IQ. This guy has told me who is inadequate. He's told me things about fighting smaller fighters versus bigger fighters, why there's weight classes. You're not going to skate back.
That don't mean nothing, though. That's only one component.
You're not gonna
don't get caught up on the one component.
Even though ATL 2 is coming out, please don't skate
back. They ain't
back.
paid us for that, bro. We ain't put no
problem.
promo.
Don't skate backwards right now like you at Cascades, nigga.
We still need that check.
Okay?
ATL. Hold on, put that back up there.
Size matters.
Pac-Man is the perfect example.
Ashley Patworth,
ask her
when your wife comes home from work tonight, Ashley, I respect your gangster. Ask her if size matters, and that's it.
I'm telling you. Look, I'm excited, man. It's gonna give me something to do on a Sunday. I'm telling you, man. It's
going on Sundays.
And that's why they probably chose that day.
No doubt.
Now I will say, because I think Skipping and Shannon, they brought up how, you know what I'm saying, shout out to the guys, man. But they brought up, right? They brought up how this hasn't really been getting the buzz, right? You know, usually, hell, even the last couple of Triller fights hasn't been getting that.
You can't really expect these
I will
guys
say
to
that
get the same
we got to critique that
as a highlighted.
Dude, the first and the second card got a little more crazier buzz than this. I think, you know what I think happened?
It's not like Roy Jones and Tyson, folks.
You know what I think happened, though?
You're not going to get
that, too. I'll say that. But what happened was, I think people was really that pissed off with Floyd, man. I think they were like, dude, you over here. And then he went online and said he's basically stealing. This is basically highway robbery. And I think people not feeling that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Based on what he just said.
So he kind of took a little lackluster, you know what I'm saying?
Based on what he just said, Tyron.
No, guys, this is a pre-show. The fight will be on tomorrow.
Did you hear what he said about Floyd Mayweather and how he approached the fight with Logan Paul?
We just want to know who you guys got. Who you guys think will win?
Who you got? Who you win?
So that was coming. That was actually coming from Jamie Pierce. Like everybody wondering who you got. On. So.
Hey, put in the comment section. Put in the comment section before we get off air who you got. That's what the show's called.
Yeah, just who you guys got. Like I said, we'll do a follow up to this, guys, and we're gonna talk about it.
And also, actually, David Hayes did not beat this Nikolai nigga handily. So I don't even know if he won or not, but it's not going the way you said it in the comments. So who you with?
So Ashley's comment, the last one was that doesn't mean anything in this fight.
And I'm still trying to figure out why it doesn't mean
so we
anything.
Can't even talk about weight classes.
Mr. Patworth.
Jake losing.
Mr. Patworth, if you go out there and fight a bigger
other outcome.
Mr. Patworth, if you go out there and fight a bigger nigga than you and you tell me realistically in real time, does it matter? Let's stop playing games here. You was always a little nervous to fight the bigger motherfucker on the football team or in the school or in the high school. Stop bullshitting. You thought you was gonna have to pull
Jamie
out.
said, I'm in the UK. I thought it was on now. You know how many hours till it starts? Shit, we in America.
We in the UK, boy.
we got pretty much damn near a whole day before it starts. So, I mean, we're Central Time too.
Those in the UK need some water.
You understand me? You understand me?
My daughter who's in.
So we all gotta wait. We all gotta wait.
Hey, my daughter who played my daughter who played Mary Poppins in the play, but teach me some British
Send out
accents
to
the
Mook.
UK. Boop boop boop.
All future stars,
she said
starting to make it, doing the thing.
You don't say water.
Shout out to Young
water.
Amir, yeah.
Water.
AKA Bubs in the building.
Tyron's gonna need Tyron's gonna need a lot of water every time he goes back.
So yeah, guys, we got, like I said, we were talking about tomorrow. This is kind of the pre-show. You know, we just kind of want to discuss it a little bit. Basically, you know, from our perspective, what we think.
Hit that like button,
Logan,
subscribe, right? Hit that like button.
I'm expecting for Tyron to do what he do. If he rocks Jake, you're like getting confused. Jake, if he rocks Jake with that big right hand, it's going to be a problem. Like you said before, rock him, stun him, and jump on him, finish him off. You did that's what
he does.
What Tyron got to do. He has the power to do that. So we'll see.
One last question to the expert. Can I?
Go ahead, brother. Yeah,
brother. Tell me real quick though, some of the things you see Tyron struggling with, and how he could possibly fall into that Nate Robinson trap. Honestly, in real time.
If Tyron, when you said wrong.
What can he do wrong to fall into that trap?
Good thing you brought up Nate Robinson.
That means what Jake Paul can do to make him do something wrong.
Right, but again, Jake's fighting an experienced fighter now. That in itself is a significant difference. That's number one.
That's one.
Number two, you said what could Tyron do wrong? Well, when we watch the highlights
that Jake Paul's making.
Hold on. No, you can't make nobody.
Again, yes, you can.
Let me listen to you. Let me. Like I just said, he's not fighting nobody who don't know how to fight. There's a difference. Tyron, again, is an experienced fighter. You don't think we bait people in MMA? Yeah, you get baited in MMA too. Tyron should be smarter than that to try to go for anything that Jake does. He's been around the block, brother. Now, where Tyron could get caught,
it's time for me to go to
if he mess around, right?
The liquor store's right here.
If he mess around
on the corner, just like in real life on the block,
and he does what Nate does,
you want something from the liquor store on the corner,
which is possible.
You want something from the liquor store on the corner.
Check it out. If he darts in there,
I'm listening.
Again, that's their wrestling pedigree. Boom, you throw the big right hand. You try to dart in there, and Jake catch him with a stiff right. It could be a problem. Like I said, it's anybody has a puncher's chance. But Tyron is smarter than that.
So last question: Who has more of a puncher's? Who has more of a puncher's chance, in your opinion?
Who has more of a?
I know you picked Tyron, but who has a
going.
puncher's chance?
See, you don't.
That's
know
the underdog shit.
It is no. That's the every dog shit. That means that anybody can catch anybody. That's a puncher's chance. What I'm saying is, Tyron being the more skilled and experienced fighter, right?
In MMA.
In combat sports, of which boxing is.
See how they use that combat shit? We
brother,
talking boxing.
I'm trying to reach him to teach him.
We talking
I'm trying to
boxing.
reach him. I'm trying to reach him to teach him. Again, what are the
we
four
talking
disciplines?
Boxing.
Y'all see they designed
different weight glove and everything to
Look,
MMA.
We talking in MMA is boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and wrestling. He's been training in boxing as well, though. You're not just gonna skip past.
But
this man has been training in boxing.
I get that. I respect him in boxing.
Yeah,
the same way I respect Ocho Cinco when he stepped in there with that one dude. But the point is, he ain't never won. You can't
respect him to say Ocho Cinco's an NFL football player. Tyron is a professional combatant.
He ain't never won nothing.
Apples and oranges, man. Apples in the
hold on.
Don't,
Hey,
brother,
hey,
man.
give me some shade. Give me some stunner shade. Hey,
I'm trying to tell this young
this
man.
me right here. This
Listen,
nigga created it.
I'm telling you, man. The
though.
logo of hot business, man. That's hot business. That's my man. That's my man's in there. But yeah, you know what, man?
I paid this nigga 3 racks for this shit.
I'm telling you, man. Listen,
open up them nuts.
I'm seeing some of these kind. Listen, guys. Like I said, we'll be back. You'll probably end up seeing it before y'all get to us anyway.
Talk shit to me if Tyron wins. But if Jake Paul wins, I want to see humble motherfuckers.
I like the element of surprise, though, guys. I like the element of surprise. So
be humble.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, though. It's gonna be interesting.
Jake Paul, I don't even root for white boys like this. If Jake Paul wins, please be humble.
Listen, that don't matter. You seen what his ass did to Nate Robinson? Goddamn it,
nice.
He had that man on the ground like, "Don't wake me, I'm dreaming." Bogus as hell. He out there bogus, man. Come on, bro. He trying to show off. This ain't Star Search, brother.
That is who we were singing the lyrics of. Puff Daddy's. He taking care of that nigga's child.
See, my man said, "Good chat. I'm off. It's 2 a.m. in the UK. Enjoy the fight. All 6 minutes
from
of
the
it.
UK.
All 6 minutes of it.
From the UK.
I agree with you.
Hey, man, it gets better and better. Don't worry about it.
Hey, Ashley, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't to. We appreciate the chat. I think we go ahead and wrap it up, man. Listen.
Real quick.
We'll follow up, guys.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. I know you said you was about to say something to him.
Yo, Pat Worth, man, I appreciate your engagement in this, man. Tell your friends, tell your family. Pat Worth out with me and you can have fun all day, playing with each other, joking with each other. This is what we do with each other and new people. Who you got? Who you with? Who are you with? Let me tell you something. These nuts, look for Logic Reason Music, Miyagi Music, man, the shit we on together, Boss Certified. Yo, Grind Ave. You know how we do it.
Get it. Who you with? We're going to be dropping that whoop-dee. Keep your eye on the channel, man. That whoop-dee, we about to do a V-mix to it, man. Listen, we doing that. Bars. That's all I got to say. But until then, man, we'll be back with the results.
No cap.
Yeah.
Imagine, wait a minute.